Hello and welcome to Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. Episode 4. How are we doing? Hope you're all well. Not seen you for a bit. Well, not since episode 3 anyway. Loads gone on. The usual. Shall we get started? Head up. Thursday night went to the range. Basketball, spent with the boys. It's striking it. Been striking it so well. As you possibly know, I mentioned going to meet up with the handicap boys on Friday night, which was last night. That turned out to be real good fun. Just great to see the boys again. A few really good lads in that team, honestly, really good crack. Got to a point where we had a few beers afterwards, even had to leave my car up at the golf club. How about that? Rock and roll. 12 quid for a taxi home. Cheers Simon for giving us a lift this morning back up there, because we played again this morning in the yellow Stableford, where last night I played all right. This morning I went out and shot 33 points with 2 blobs and an OB. The OB was my second shot on the 13th, which is the one I nearly eagled the other week. That hole I seem to have pretty much sorted with my clubs. I hit a good, provided I get a good drive out of there and hit my recovery wood, I'm on the green in 2. It's a tough hole. You'd have to see it to know what I mean. You got out of bounds all the way down left hand side, and that's what happened today. My second shot, I just pulled it. Distance wise it was bang on again, but whether I lined up wrong or just, I'm doing that. My bad shot was a slice, a massive slice, and I've moved my hand. We'll come to all that one day when I get down range, and we'll do a bit of a talk about how the game's going and how I'm feeling with a club in my hand, or maybe with a pro having a lesson, or whatever. We'll come to all that crap, but we'll use these episodes studio. We'll use the studio for the studio time. Yeah, last night went out with Andy Kelly. I tell you what was great, and it was a really weird feeling. I'm going to give him a mention. Jake Isherwood. Now Jake, he was playing with us last night. Him, Phil, and myself, and John. And it was me and Phil against John and Jake. And I swear to God, this lad, wedge game, it'd give Phil Mickelson a run for his money. See, every single one of them was on song. Beautiful wedge player. Good golfer all round. He's got a Rogue 3 wood in his bag, which I think he used his driver twice because he didn't need to use the driver, in all fairness. He was smashing the Rogue. And what a right nice lad. And we got to the 5th hole. It's the first time I met the lad. I don't know him, but it's the first time I met him. So if you're watching, Jake, I had a right good game. Really enjoyed it. But he came up to me, he says, he was walking down to the second shot, I think it was on the 5th, and he says, I really enjoy your YouTube channels, by the way. And that just blew me away. Just honestly, just absolutely, I just weren't expecting it, you know what I mean? One of them. Because I'm just a sat in my shed, having a crack, chatting golf with you guys. So, and if it weren't for your questions that come in, I'd have no what to talk about. Well, I would. I've always got plenty to talk about, but do you want to listen to it all? So, Jake, appreciated that, mate. Thanks a lot. I'm glad I really appreciate the feedback as well. It was really good of you to approach me with that, and yeah, give me another incentive to keep going at it, you know. Nice one. Questions. Big Sam Townsend again. It's the same old questions of the same old people all the time, but they keep coming up with some belters. Now then, Big Sam, who's your favourite ever golfer? I've got to say Rory, simply because of how he has changed my, whether he's done it intentionally or not, just giving me that driver has just given me a massive passion for the game. And it's a passion I didn't have, I didn't think I'd have, I didn't think I'd want. But I've got because of it, it's just, as far as I'm concerned, it's grown the game. Yeah, I've got to say Rory, because of that. Only reason, but he's a great golfer. But Rory. Sam, thanks again, man. Liam Harrison. Now then, Liam Harrison, Golf Vlogs UK. Now, this is a strange one, this, because I mean we've known each other for a couple of years now, and he knows what I've been up against this last couple of years, because we speak personally as well. You know, we're good golf mates. Really, I'd say really good golf mates. I've got a lot of admiration for Liam. Now, he's seen me not being able to play, want to play, but not being able to play, and then I've seen him at that same time playing 3, 4, sometimes even more times per week. But we've still got on, had a crack, had a banter, had a, you know, and talked about stuff, and YouTube mainly, but and golf mates and everything else that has become from it. And so this is a bit of a weird one, this, because Liam's found himself this week in a bit of a excuse me. I think his missus has gone away. I think his missus has gone away, so it's his first time, I think, at home with little girl, little Jessie May. And I'll read the question. I can't play golf for 3 weeks. What am I going to do with myself? Now I can answer this because I've got a load of kids myself, and I've been through it from this side to, in fact, they're becoming bigger than me, in all fairness now. And so what I will say, Liam, is just make memories. That is the best thing you can do when you've got the kids, mates, family, whatever. Just go out and try and make some memories and enjoy it, man. Cherish it even, because you can't get that time back when it's gone. So no regrets, make memories and crack on, mate, crack on. You'll be back on golf course in no time, pal, you know you will. So there you go, Liam. Cheers, man, for that question. Dave Allen, if you could have a 4-ball with anyone, past or present, who would it be with? Wow. Past or present. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one for past and present, because I think that makes sense. Right, so I'm going to do present first. So present golfers that I would love to make up a 4-ball with. The Beef, John Daly, and Darren Clark, because they're probably, in my opinion, the more down-to-earth golfers, the more realistic, that they're clearly loving the game. They've all been through their own little bits and pieces, you know, and the little issues. Darren Clark in particular has been through the mill, literally. But yeah, which is probably why I've got a lot more respect for him. But I mean, the Beef and John Daly, I mean, come on, no airs and graces, no crap, just crack on, get on course, have a laugh, then go and have a beer and a burger. What else do you need, eh? So that's present. Now past, and I'm going to need this here. I'm going to have to dig this out because I had to put a lot of thought into this. A couple of them off the cuff, but I really wanted to look into it, delve into it a bit more, and find someone that bear with me. Joe thought it'd be a good idea to lock the door and turn the light off. Right, where was I? I've got a tickly cough today. Got a bit of sun as well. Been lovely out there, hasn't it, last couple of days? So, present golfers that I would like to make a 4-ball up with. Beef, John Daly and Darren Clark. Past golfers that I'd like to make a I'd love to make a 4-ball up with. Seve, Trevino, Arnold Palmer, Alan Robertson. Now you've probably not ever heard of Alan Robertson, but I looked this guy up. I'll read this out to you. The 1860 Open Championship was a golf competition held at Prestwick Golf Club in Ayrshire, Scotland. It is now regarded as the first Open Championship. Until his death in 1959, Alan Robertson was regarded as top golfer in the world. The Open Championship was created to determine his successor. So if it wasn't for Mr. Alan Robertson, we probably wouldn't have the Open. So there you go. That's my past and present. I hope that answers your question, Dave. I think you'd appreciate that. That's why I went that little bit further. Is that level? That's why I went that little bit further to delve into that, because I knew you'd appreciate that, mate. And question 2. He asked me 2 questions. What was the second question? When are we going to sort a round out at my place? Last year Dave was a member down at Staining where I am, but this year, because he batters golf all year round, he batters golf, so this year he signed up at Fleetwood, just up the road from me. Played it a couple of times, but I do enjoy having a game around with Dave, so with any luck we'll get that sorted out pretty soon, mate, and maybe on a Sunday we'll sort that one out, Paul. But yeah, look forward to that, mate. Next question. Grumpy golfer, Mr. Graham McKenzie again. Now I'm pretty sure I asked him this question on his question and answer. What YouTube channels do you watch? I'm actually going to do a vlog on YouTube channels, because I used to do a series of what I used to class it as vlog o'clock. So basically every now and again on Twitter, whenever I had the opportunity to sit down, basically is when I first got the golf bug. I could not get enough golf, and I was watching everything, I was learning everything, I was watching YouTube channels literally just for entertainment. There's so many different YouTubers out there, golf related YouTubers out there, that were just so appealing, and I used to batter it. And every time I used to watch, I must have introduced hundreds of people to certain YouTubers, simply by me coming across them and sharing links on Twitter from their channels, because I enjoyed them. I thought I'll put it out there and let other people enjoy them as well. I mean, it was good. It was good. But I don't tend to watch much YouTube channels now. I don't really, honestly, have the time. I think because I'm focusing more of my attention on playing, and obviously golf's on the TV quite a lot as well at the moment, so I'm actually watching quite a lot of the TV golf. So playing and obviously I've got my family. So time-wise, I'm not really getting that much opportunity to watch any vlogs anymore, Graham. So there are a few, and I catch up on the odd one or two here and there. There's a couple out there that I watch religiously. I make sure I watch every single one of them for obvious reasons. Liam Harrison for one. I like to watch Potters as well. I like to see how Potter's getting on, because yeah, he's a good lad, is Potter. So I like to see how he's getting on. Alex Etchers, I mean, his club reviews, I think, are he's just a character as well. Australia, well, he's not an Australian lad, but lives in Australia, but he's a Yorkshire lad, and there's no wrong with being a Yorkshire lad. So watch a few of his fried eggs golf. Andy T up low, he's coming out with some crackers. Rob McGar, he come out with a belter last week, a belter, where he joined up with Liam Harrison and did a round, and then Liam Robinson, sorry, Challenge Tour player I think he is. Spoke with Liam Robinson a number of times myself, and we nearly got the chance to have a game, I think, ourselves back in January, but it didn't materialise, unfortunately, with one thing or another. My workload more than anything else, I think it was. Sure it was. But nice bloke. But yeah, he's I like that. I do like what he's done there, and it's brought in that how the professional golfer thinks around a course and things like that. And I may well take some inspiration from that, and maybe have a couple of games with a couple of our local pros up this way, and maybe even with Rob one day. We've been threatening that for a while, as well as another few other YouTubers and golfers around the country. You know, I've got friends in the society that won a game. I've got the guys up at the club which won a game. So hopefully we can get some course vlogs going as well this summer, and have a good crack. So, did I answer your question there, Graham? I think I've come up with a few names. There's the obvious ones. There's the Rick Shields, Peter Finch. But Rick Shields is proven, isn't he? I mean, Rick Shields is he's good, he's fair, he's honest, and he's reliable, you know. Got a bit of time for Rick, actually. He's helped me out before now, pointed me in the right direction when I needed a bit of help back in the day. Yeah, got a lot of time for Rick. He's alright, Rick. There's the Mark Crossfields. I should really maybe mention them two in the same sort of breath, should I? You've got to do, haven't you? I mean, they're both up there, aren't they? Within the YouTube scene, if you want to call it. The circle. Mark Crossfield, I think personally, Mark Crossfield is probably one of, if not the most technically understanding guy regarding golf. I mean, he can back his arguments up. He can do it in a very opinionated manner, I grant, but he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's saying. He's been there from day one. You know, he knows what it's all about. So, me and my golf, I mean, they are just nice lads, aren't they? You know what I mean? Nice lads. Gym 3 times a week, fit as, dressed to kill. Me and my golf. But they're all out there, mate. So I hope that answered your question. I mean, I watched loads. I mean, there's one coming up now. I think he used to be a professional golfer, was sponsored, I think, by Nike, and then when Nike shut down, he stopped playing golf. So I think he's starting to get back into it. So I'll look his name up and maybe tag you in that. I'll stick that on Twitter. So I wouldn't mind seeing his progress and see how he gets on back on circuit, you know. So there you go, Graham. Any more questions? Mike Crammon again. 3 questions. He's asked 3 questions. Mike, your wedges are still here, by the way, and your box. I'll get that sorted. Do you think the type of ball Do you think the type of ball makes any difference for the average amateur golfer, i.e. spin, flight, etc.? Do I think a golf ball makes any difference for the average golfer, I think is basically what that says. Now, I would class myself as an average amateur golfer, 16 handicap. About right, yeah? I think I could class myself as one of them. So what do I think? For me, I think it does. It does. In fact, even more so recently, because it's only just recently, maybe the last 10 months or so, where I've actually started using or what are classed as quality balls. I've always used the cheapest balls I could get, probably the Pinnacles, whatever it is, like tenner for a dozen, basically, or just go to course and buy half a dozen lake balls, etc. But yeah, I always played with whatever I could just get hold of, basically. So it's only until recently I've come across any quality balls. Now, I'm very lucky, whether it be the YouTube channel, whether it be the Twitter or the Instagram side of things, I'm blessed with a few contacts that are more than generous at helping me out here and there, and sending me little bits and pieces just for me to try out and stuff like that. And I was sent a box of 12 Chrome Soft X's, the new Chrome Soft ball. So it probably wasn't until recently, this last couple of weeks, using these balls, I've actually passed them on to a few friends to share out, a few Team Callaway members, just to that have not had one, and let them try them out as well. But I've had a few left. I had half a dozen left over myself, and seriously, they're absolutely amazing. I mean, the ball flight. Now, whether it could have something to do with my swing. My swing's getting better. It's getting more productive, more consistent. So the ball flights are getting better and more reliable. So you could put it down to that. But I think the ball does play a massive part in it, Mike. Definitely does. I mean, you go down to the range and use the range balls, then go onto a course and use use your course preference balls, and there's a considerable difference. So yeah, for sure, definitely. Some will suit others more than others. Some might just be a branded option choice, but mine in particular, I'm Callaway anyway. I'm a Team Callaway member. I love Callaway. I love what they stand for. So it made sense for me to use Callaway balls, and I've got no reason or had no qualms in any of the products that they've had. They've been fantastic. So I like the Callaway Chrome Softs. Love the Truvis. Love playing with Truvis. I love to see that interaction with the ball. Love to see it around the greens, the spin, the action on the ball. Love seeing that. So yeah, I'm a Truvis boy. Red and white. Question 2, he asks, with the global game of golf, what ways would you grow the game? I'm saying a mixed pairs World Cup. So that's his choice. He would say that there should be a mixed pairs World Cup. I dare say that would work. I would dare say that would work. Yeah. What would I do to grow the game? What do I see the way that we need to grow the game? It's got to be with the kids, in my opinion. It's got to be with the kids, and we need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of this stereotypical boringness around the golf course and the golf clubs. We've got to get rid of that. The game is just not going to grow, in my opinion, until that has been sorted, and there's more acceptance, and there's more fun. That's what we need. We need it to be more fun. We need. I tell you what. What was it called? Bloody hellfire! It was the Masters Augusta, and the week running up to Augusta, they had some of the best kids golfers in the world in America playing their own little tournament, chips, drives and putts, I think it was, or something along them lines, a little tournament, little challenge thing where there was overall winners, and I never saw one of them kids crack a smile, not one of them. How is that going to encourage kids to get into the game? It was just, all you could see was the stifleness, you could see that they've had it pumped into the brains. You know, it's like control, it's like hierarchy, it was bordering on pathetic. I love, I tell you, we've got some kids up at Staining Lodge there, they're amazing, and I know Tony and Gavin do so much up there to make it fun for them as well, you know, trying to encourage the fun into it, make it enjoyable. And to see that side of things on TV, where it's open to the world, yeah, that makes me boil. So what I would say on your answer to your question is the kids. Focus on the kids and make it more attractive, make it more appealing, make it more fun, and it's going to be more enjoyable and a lot more appealing. In my opinion, I think that is the only way that we are ever going to grow this game, personally. Question 3. Off mic, Ramen. How would you feel about setting up a Ryder Cup style singles day against a group of golfing Geordies? And he's put in brackets, the Sultans of Swing. I'm assuming that's the name of the society that he plays in or organises. I'm not so sure off the top of my head, but the Sultans of Swing, it sounds pretty cool. Bit of Dire Straits all day long. Now, how would I like to organise a Ryder Cup tournament society meeting with a bunch of Geordies for a day? No, a day wouldn't be enough, would it? To be fair, you'd need a couple of days, wouldn't you? That'd just be mental. It'd just be mental. I know it'd be mental. I know you guys up there just love a party, love a crack, and love a beer, and you've got some belting tracks up there as well. So yeah, I'd love to. Whether or not maybe something we can talk about in the future or not, I'm sure we'll discuss later on in life, the year, month, week, one day, yeah, absolutely, why not, hopefully. Questions, are we done? We've done all the questions. Excellent. How long have I been? It's not so bad, is it? Getting good at this. You may have noticed Barnsley FC bordering on the brink. Ooh, it's tight. It's tight at the bottom. Got a game in hand. I think we're going to need it. We'll see. On that note, episode 4 done. Plans for next week. I don't really have any because I can't really make any. Wifey is off to see her brother in London, so next weekend, which means I'm not going to play golf next weekend, so it's going to be driving range time basically this week. Couple of nights out, a couple of nights on the driving range and a bit of practice, and I'm going to get my putt out back out, so get that in the front room on the carpet and get stuck into that. A few people over the last couple of days have asked me what these outfits are all about. I like to make it enjoyable. I like to make people smile, whether they're laughing at me or laughing with me. Couldn't care less. But if it's putting a smile on people's faces, then it puts a smile on my face. They're asking me where they're from. The company's called Royal and Awesome. make some awesome outfits, and I'm telling you what now, they're really good quality as well. So if you've got the balls, if you want to get out and have a good crack and make people smile, get onto the website, tell them Bazza sent you, and I'm sure they'll look after you. On that note, I'm off, get sorted, showered and changed. I'm knackered, what a day, sunburnt. I'll sleep tonight, I tell you. If I don't get to see you soon, enjoy your golf, have a good crack, and have a beer for me. See you later, bye.